Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another Rome 2 siege view here today. We have a spectacular 3v3 here as we have Mobilises or Numidia. They have called upon their Carthaginian allies to take on a Carthaginian rival, it seems, Pergamon, and also I can't remember who the other one is actually, who the other nation is that we're facing. Armenia, that is it. That's who the other nation is. They don't have a siege equipment. Oh, there it is. Oh no, it's Hillman appearing on the wall over there. But yeah, we have two Mobilises and then one Carthage on the attack here today. Then we have a Carthage on the defense. We then have Pergamon and also Armenia. And it looks like already Mobilises landing on the walls. Carthage actually going up to meet him up here. These legionaries going to get themselves some early action taking on these Scutiari here. The Spanish mercenary troops that Carthage can call upon. But yes, we are going to see plenty of legionaries here in today's siege battle, I imagine, because yeah, that is kind of what Mobilises' bread and butter is these legionaries, along with its desert cohort back here, which are the even better infantry. We also do have some smelly elephants here, ready to go into action. We've got some African elephants here. They're 9 out of 9. I didn't realize their unit was so small. Actually, it might just be because they have the one rider. That'll be why. And then over here we have some more elephants as well. Carthage having brought some as well on the attack. They have 18 out of 18, I guess, because they have a rider, like a guy in the little tower at the top. But yes, I wonder whether Carthage has got any on the defense. It'd be interesting to see. But it does look as though Carthage is going to be taking on Mobilises here. Looks like Armenia is getting ready to face off against this Carthage, like the attacking Carthage. Then maybe Pergamon, sort of being a support, it looks like, might be coming up to support either or. Because it looks like the Mobilises are kind of funneling together. It's kind of hard to tell where one starts and one ends. But it looks like these Gatuli tribesmen up here, they're just jabbing the Samnite warriors. They're not going to have a lot of joy trying to kill off these Samnites, that is for sure. But I'm sure they'll try their hardest and yeah, they're just jabbing each other right now. Jabbies are king in Rome 2, and as you can see, those the tribesmen there with very little armor are getting absolutely destroyed. But on the walls, it seems as though, oh, that's not so good to see. We'll come back to heavy Numidian skirmishers jabbing the wall here, wasting ammo. That is horrendous. We've got 3 units of missiles here. And Tribal Slingers also firing, so 4 units of missiles. So yeah, both the Javies and the Slingers doing that really poor. That's probably because he's left his units on fire at will, not realized, and he is in fact just wasting his ammo when he's just hitting the wall and doing absolutely no damage at all. We've got heavy Numidian spearmen up here. They are, or noble infantry. They are slowly defeating the Scutiari. They should beat them. It's just going to take a lot longer than if a legionary did the job itself. But it looks like actually some of the legionaries are starting to waver and break it. It's because of fire ammo rather than anything else. The Cretan archers here doing a lot of damage with that fire ammo on their morale. Artillery coming in doing some damage here. They've got fireballs of justice of the defenders waiting. Excellent. But yeah, the artillery trying to hit these Samnites here in reserve. I'd be shooting the Sacred Band that are blobbing up nicely there. And how the heck did this Gatuli tribesman get so far? How did it get off the wall? Maybe it just snuck round, I guess. Maybe anyway, the cavalry, the general's bodyguard, to get yourself an easy kill. These tribesmen, yeah, they might kill some of these Samnites, but they are going to get slowly killed off easily, I'd imagine. At least they've got 22 kills. That's more than I honestly expected them to get. 30 melee attack. Actually, it's only a little bit more, a bit less, sorry, than the Samnite warriors. The Samnites have like 95 armor, so that's where their strength is. They take forever to kill. Scutiari actually winning this fight as well. Numidian noble infantry are losing. There you go, mate. What do I know about Rome 2? Seems as though the spears are, you know, just second swords. I mean, it's kind of the case in Rome 2. Swords will beat spears. Just about in every case. Artillery still firing in. It's just firing at blobs of infantry down here. Balex thing is retreating archers falling back. Looks like Carthage is pulling back some stuff. You can see that Numidia is now inside the settlement. They've been jabbing each other over here. We've got Persian hoplites just absorbing all this ammo. Not really doing anything else other than just, you know, sacrificing their lives, sacrificing javelins. We have had, it looks like a little bit of action And there's a few dead bodies here and there. These Italians are taking some losses as well. And they're going to go to action. Armenia's going to see his first bit of combat. And he's going to be against Carthage. It's going to get very confusing as the game goes on, as Carthage starts to fight Carthage. But like, are we on the same side? Are we not? Yeah, there you go. These Italians should have enough to beat those Persian hoplites. The Persian hoplites are nothing that special. We have got a sally out, though, which has some very special units. We've got Azat Knights, and we've got the General, Royal Cataphract. So they are obviously looking for opportunities to upset the status quo. Maybe go for after archers. There's certainly a few of these that are looking a little isolated. Not a lot of cavalry available. The General, though, is a noble cavalry, so it's a larger cav unit, so definitely a handy unit. The Elephant's also pretty good anti-cav, but it's whether they can catch the cavalry. So yeah, they will have to keep an eye on that sally out, and we will as well keep an eye and see whether it actually can do anything. It needs to try and do something before it gets all the enemies get inside, or like all the attackers get inside the settlement. If all the attackers get inside the settlement, cav inside in the narrow streets here of Tarsus, it's going to be quite difficult to succeed and do anything too effective. Legionaries here, yeah, again, I mean, like, they've got like 47 melee attack, Persians have like 36. No chance. Oh boy, the elephants are already in here. Oh my gosh, they've sent them straight through the gates. Straight through the gates, and they've gone straight through the Samnites here. And his general as well. He was in a bit of danger for a second. But yeah, there you go. Elephants have actually had a lot of success there, smashing straight through the center of this Samnite warrior. I think it's the one that's fighting those Gaetulian tribesmen. You need to be careful with their own tribesmen not to friendly fire the elephants there. And the elephants should get themselves a tidy amount of kills. They need to be careful not to go out of control here. Because fire arrows will do that. Yep, there you go, out of control. And now the Gaetulian tribesmen need to really hope and pray that they go the other direction. And they are doing that now. But Carthage is falling back from the walls. He's got a couple of units over here. Still some Scutiari. And still the other Scutiari, which is still, you know, putting up a very good fight. And it looks like he's going to beat that noble infantry up here. Spanish proving their worth on this wall. And looks like, yeah, the Scutiari, yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Oh, an artillery bolt has been activated. Oh, and it's a friendly fire. No, what happened here? Have they been activated by the artillery going off or what? I do not know. I mean, they were set up about here, and they've just run over so many of their own men. Oh, no. And stop running over them. Iberian soldiers just getting some burn. Oh, my gosh. What a catastrophe there for the defenders. I mean, balance power, I mean, it's actually just shifted in favor of the attackers, probably because of all those burning Spanish troops. But, yeah, they're still dead even. Both sides seeing some offsets. And you can see here, African elephants getting focused down by missiles. They got themselves, yeah, 94 kills. Not great, to be honest, but they are still out of control. And I think they're running down their tribesmen as they run. I think they're going to try and activate the fireballs so that no one else can. Oh, I think they tried, but they've broken. That was very lucky there. And there goes the elephant, smashing into the Agema spears, but killing no one. And that is the end of the Numidian elephants. That's for sure. Got some melee going on over here, light infantry and some noble infantry. Battle against the very battered Samnites that have just been burned to a crisp. Those that have survived have now got to fight for their lives against the Numidian horde. But yes, if you're enjoying all things Rome 2 and want to see more glorious Total War sieges like this one here, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and comment to show support. This really helped the channel. And if you want to send in any of your own replays to feature on the channel, like this sub did send this one in, then do send them in to my Discord. The link, as always, is down below in the description. And it looks like Carthage and Numidia are going to be pretty successful in getting most of their stuff inside the settlement. I'm not quite sure why this Libyan infantry was left behind, but he was. But it does seem as though that sally out, well, I mean, they didn't really sally out really to do anything. They just kind of just charged out the walls, looked, realized they had no real easy opportunities, and went back in. Inside, and looks like the units on the walls are going to get cleared out in a moment. Scutiari there fighting the Desert Legionaries with triple gold chevrons. My gosh, that's a lot of money put into those. Got some here with silver chevrons as well. They should help defeat the Scutiari on the wall. And it looks like the Samnites are getting encircled here by the noble infantry. Can't even see many of the Samnites. There's one there. He's routing. That unit's going to get killed to a man, I think. This is looking pretty tough for the breakthrough. Like, we've got the Agemas and the Cretans and Balearics all stacked up here. We've got hoplites as well from Pergamon. All stacked up, trying to be a real pain. We've got even picked peltasts coming forward to be like a little sort of skirmish line here, just harassing units. So we've seen Italians broken, Tribal Slinger's gone. So a bit of a loss there for the attackers. I mean, they probably have already used up a lot of their ammo. Picked peltasts here still harassing these guy 2 tribesmen. And we got a Numidian Noble Cavalry dashing about. I mean, they definitely had units that they could have countered with. Oh, we do have... Oh, no, this is the same elephant unit. I think. Yeah, 94 kills. It's still the same elephant unit. So there must have been one that survived. Just got stuck somewhere else. So, not the end of the world. It's still got... well, it is sort of the end of the world. That elephant's not going to do anything. They still also have the Carthaginian ones, to be honest. Which definitely will get some work done. At least you'd hope so. Javi's going in. And then the Scutiari drop. You wonder why, like, Numidia has so many, like, legionary type units, like Roman type units. It's because for defecting and changing side, like one of the kings of Numidia asked that his troops be trained in the Roman ways. That was when fighting Hannibal. He'd like asked, that was a deal that he did with Scipio. So that was what happened. He changed sides. Scipio sent some Roman officers to train the troops, and yeah, it was successful. I don't think these fireballs though are going to be successful. The hoplites do activate them because they're already like, they need to be at the top of the steps, not at the bottom of the steps, so they get a bit of momentum. They're not really going to get any momentum. They are on a slight slope, but they're going to roll a lot slower. And it looks like the Libyan infantry here are sort of tightening up to try and avoid fireballs, but a couple of them will just go through all the ranks still. The hoplites should activate these guys. Why they haven't, I don't know. Carthage doesn't necessarily want to activate them either, because otherwise these fireballs might just roll back into them. So bit of a catch-22 there, that's for sure. Personally, I push on Armenia. I think he's the weakest to go for. His infantry's okay, but his Carly Axemen are pretty solid, 43 melee attack. But they kind of need to rely on being cycled in and out, which is also costly. Yeah, he's brought a lot of the Carly Axemen, which is no surprise. Yeah, actually, a lot of Carly Axemen. We can certainly weaken these guys down quite effectively. And also, they could just get units onto the wall here and start side-shotting Armenia from the position he is in currently, if they wanted to. Certainly, I'd say throw Carthage against Armenia, then Mobilises against Carthage and Pergamon, see what happens there. But it looks like that's not going to happen. Carthage is taking the center line here. He's fighting his rival Carthage with his African pikemen already committed. I'd be getting archers up now to counter those. And hoplites, a good pike stack being formed there. But no sort of range units coming forward to try and deal with that situation. And now, here we go, Mobilises going into the meat grinder. This is what I like to call the meat grinder. You've got peltasts up here, you could have archers, slingers, anything up on this like cliff top. And they just get perfect side and rear shots into the back of units here as you hold the line. It's an absolute brutal spot to hold. And what better unit to try and hold the line than the Sacred Band, a very elite spear unit, which will do exactly that. And just allow you to basically just kill all these units. So yeah, I imagine that Mobilises is going to lose hundreds, if not thousands, of troops in this one choke point if they keep persisting with this. I would not be continuing this fight. Look at the amount of reserves that are waiting to go into that choke point. I mean, some of them will get shifted down the line, I'm sure. But yeah, that is not a fight that they want to take, especially with the Sacred Band already being committed. That's kind of a statement that they're going to try and hold here for a while. And yeah, all these infantry are, I mean, some of them are losing, some of them are combat even. None of them are certainly winning. And they are certainly losing a lot of troops here, and more of them are starting to lose by the second, actually. These missiles really should as well, these skirmishers. Why they're... I mean, what are they jabbing? Looks like they're jabbing Cretans, which might be already in melee. Oh, they have ammo, though. These guys, that's a bit of a mistake there from the defenders. They've got Cretan archers right by the front line with ammo, and they look like they're in melee. But they should really be dealing with the guys on top of the cliff top up here. Like, shoot these pick peltasts. That's what they need to be going for. Rather than, yeah, trying to just, like, jabby units. As well as front-facing. I mean, if you're jabbing the archers, it's not the end of the world. But jabbing, like, front-facing infantry, you'll do little damage. I would just get rid of those pick peltasts and try and just make this cliff top a bit of a kill zone. Problem is that bringing Mobilises, they don't have bows. They rely on slingers and jabbies. You're gonna have to get Carthage to come up with his Cretans to do that. But it looks like also PopeJohn might have brought javelins himself. He's brought a lot of these pick peltast jabbies. He does have access to archers, just hasn't brought any. They are kind of like a jabby faction. Our PopeJohn. They have a lot of like Agema spears, which have got a lot of like javelins, and then also they have the pick peltasts, of course, as well. Yeah, I get Carthage. Carthage needs to start attacking these Carly Axemen and just get through Armenia. Just try and do some more pressure. Because Mobilises right now is dying in his droves over here. Like, this line is just... There's going to be a mountain of bodies here, and they are mostly going to be Numidians. But what a grindy fight this is going to be. Beautiful. What we love in Rome too. I don't know if this is the same. I think this is the same pick peltasts that's up here. I don't know how much ammo they have. It's 10. They might be nearly out then. They've been up there a little while jabbying. Yeah, Desert Cohort, 22 kills, losing decisively 80 men left. That is not good. That is not... They cost a lot. A lot of this infantry here for the Numidians is very elite, is very expensive. They're taking their merry old time just trying to weaken this choke point. Again, I just don't attack this choke point because the pikes are going to come forward here, and Numidian's going in again. Clearly they've got a death wish of the Numidians. They're charging on into every choke point. I mean, they'll kill the hoplites, yeah, but as soon as the pikes move forward, they are going to get outmatched to those swordsmen. Outmatched and defeated. In they go. Here come... Oh no, just Agema spears come forward. The pikes should also come forward, I'd imagine. Ah, they haven't got their pikes up, though. That could be a mistake there from Carthage if he's not paying attention and send his guys in. Looks like Mobilises is also starting to attack over here. Whether they're just saving Carthage for best till last, I do not know. Whether they feel like his infantry's better. I mean, it's in some cases like the mercenary noble fighters, yeah, absolutely. But like his Libyan infantry's 41 melee attack. Yeah, Desert Legionaries are definitely better. That's a poor positioning there from Armenia. He's got his Carly Axemen, and they were showing their sides there to the Cretans. Just trying to block off too many choke points. You don't need to. Just hold a solid line from like this wall here and across. That's all he needs to hold. Gonna get rid of the foliage so we can actually see what's going on a little bit clearer. Trees are kind of getting in the way of the visuals. I wish that was a thing in more like Total War titles that you could just like Control F, get rid of foliage so you can see what's going on. Like forest fights were so handy. Carly Axemen here, yeah, they'll do okay. They actually are like doing okay. They're getting missile support though as well. Oh, how did this unit get behind? I think he snuck in behind. They've sent both units now in there. Now you should see Carthage and Mobilises need to charge forward, take advantage of this choke point now just being vacated by the defenders. Really poor move there. They shouldn't send both, just send one unit to deal with that little incursion there. We're going to see Samnites getting shifted forward here. They should defeat the Carly Axemen. Status quo is continuing here. More Numidians coming forward. Oh gosh, so many Desert Cohort and Legionaries coming in here. They are running out of reserves though, as you can see here. There's not a lot left. And this is what I mean. This is fruitlessly charging in. This is not a good idea. Bounce power is dead even. That's not good for the attackers. It should always be in their favor. They start with more money, which therefore more men. So that's how the bounce power is really usually affected, apart from elephants. Elephants often kind of botch with the bounce power. It looks like, yeah, Carthage again, using all his jabbies before he goes into melee. Not a bad idea. The thing is, he's going to get jabbied back, though, by the Carly Axeman. They'll give as good as you get. The pikes look like they pulled back here. You can see more hoplites get sent. I'm surprised they bother bringing the hoplites. Just bring the Agemas. It's kind of like the Agemas and Thurios Spears. That's kind of like Pergamon's jam. That's what they do. They just jabby you into submission. It can be a pretty effective way of defense. I have seen once someone bring, like, I think triple bronze chevron, like Agemas, just Agemas, nothing, no missile support like archers or slingers or anything like that. Just the Agemas, and it actually worked. Yeah, the Pergamon player holding okay here. I mean, he's got loads of reserves here. We're shifting down. Like, Carthage does not need all this support here. And actually, we've got Galatian swords in here as well. I don't know if they pulled through or what's happened. This choke point seems to have got a bit messier since we last checked. Galatians seem to be in between enemy lines. Not quite sure how this has happened. But yes, these Celtic mad lads fighting against the legionaries. Yeah, helping to rout these guys. Yeah, hopefully they don't send any more forward. They actually are contributing to some kills with these legionaries here. Got 120. I don't think that's all from that one engagement. Looks like their Pergamon is preparing for the worst. These Agema Spears here are losing, and it looks like they're getting ready to form like sort of a V of victory. They're going to try and jabby and just sort of contain Carthage and Numidia in this sort of space, which is actually going to take more effort, more men to do than just keep plugging that one gap, which should be probably more effective. We've got a bit of an archer duel, which is looking like it's been won here by Carthage. Armenia is running with his tail between his legs. His elite Persian archers are running for the Cretans. And Carthage is also persisting in this assault here. Looks like, actually, the Samnites they're doing okay, but not as well as I thought they would. Seems like a support. There's not enough infantry coming up here, and the Kali Axemen here of Armenia are setting up more and more, and that's why they're starting to win. But I mean, well, I say there's the masses left. It's all just really far back. Still got loads of infantry over here. Whether they're blocking off these choke points because they're worried about Armenian cavalry, I'd just leave the noble cab to just worry about that. Also, I mean, most of this cavalry, like these generals here, are pretty capable of looking after themselves. Yeah, I was going to say, they're all, like, cavalry units. They're not, like, 30-man ones like the Roman generals, which can be sniped in, like, one cab charge. They're actually decent-sized units. But the grind goes on. Axemen here, they're going to get beaten back, and you imagine the next one as well, maybe. Some knights are backed up by legionaries. Good combo there. But yeah, this combat's not gone well. They just got overwhelmed here by Kali Axemen, and yeah, Carthage was not ready for that.
On my order, withdraw! Fire!
They did send in more Gemas into this point. They didn't just try and form their little V. I thought they were going to, but no. There's a cohort, though, are still beating them in this front line here. I like how the elephant carcass is just kind of in the middle of this. It's like, yeah, we'll just fight around it. It's fine. It's fine. This is still going on, and this Numidia player is, I think, honestly costing his team the game a little bit. He's getting passively just jabbied here, his Desert Cohort. 23 kills, 78 of them left. Oh gosh, that's not good. That's not good viewing. This has got to be a new pick Peltaster, but yeah, I think it is. Fresh. He's going to just keep jamming. This is what's going to happen. I'm surprised it's been as effective as it is. Like, this would not happen in a siege where you have like 3 factions have all archers. This is only actually working, I think, because Mercedes is here. They can't really easily respond because they have jabbies of their own. And this assault is, yeah, already kind of peaching out. Spears are about to break. Swords are losing. I'm surprised they haven't got like slingers or something up onto this wall here, because they could then just shoot into the backs of those pick peltas, I believe. Like the tribal slingers. And they've got like all of these heavy skirmishers back here. I think they might be out of ammo though. That's not great. We've got tribal slingers over here. They are frontally shooting. Oh, they're shooting this Cretans, which are out of ammo. So they're just shooting men that have no ammo and have no more purpose anyway in the siege. Again, poor. You need to keep an eye on that sort of thing. It's the sort of small details you need to look at in a Rome 2 siege. There you go, Carthage again disengaging from these fights against the Axemen. They're going to get a Javi in the back for their, say, good riddance, Libyan infantry. Good riddance. Go back to Carthage. Tarsus is ours. Yeah, there you go, they're falling back. And it feels like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the attackers are kind of running out of reserves. I mean, hard to say how much left the defenders have. It seems like they have a lot, though. I've seen more Sacred Band back here. Pikeman for, like, Pergamon as well. Again with Spears. Like, Pergamon still seems like he has a decent amount of troops. I mean, a lot of them are weakened units. Still has a decent amount. The Agemas will hold the line. If they have Javies as well, which they often have, like, 3 or 4 Javelin volleys. They still have a couple of volleys. They can be a real pain. Even, like, 40 or 50 of them.
Double time!
Libyan infantry are losing here. But yeah, finally, look at that. You can see Numidia has shifted away from that choke point. He should have never attacked there. It's a really tough choke point to attack. And honestly, unless you're able to kill off the threat on top of this cliff, it's never viable. Actually, we have Cretan archers going over there. I think that might have been the final nail in the coffin. Yeah, these guys have ammo as well. They've got their bows out, so that would have been even worse if those Numidians kept doing that. Oh, well, I say that. They might still be able to do it. There's a cohort going in column. They're going to beeline back towards the Iberian swords here that are jabbing on their way in. So those Cretans might have some targets to shoot at. This is honestly looking like the major push now. Against Pergamon's line. And yeah, it looks like the, again, Libyan infantry being forced back, or just a cohort being forced back. Got the light infantry here, they're about to just get thrown back as well. Noble fighters about to go in, so Carthage sending in the elite. These guys, yeah, 56 melee attack, these Spanish nobles. Do not mess about, they should carve through the Agema line. But it's whether they get jabbed in the side, because that is obviously, like, that's the strong point here. Yeah, these Agema spears. Jabbing into the side of the noble fighters, getting some beautiful side shots where their comrades in arm hold the line. That was their last jabbing volley. Now they go in. But that's how you win as Pergamon. You pin with one unit and then you jabby with the next. But here come the elephants. This is the hope they have. Here they go. So elephants going in. They're going to try and smash through the Gemma lines. This is going to be the Hail Mary here for the attackers. These elephants that are allowed to pull through. Absolutely is how you use elephants. They've got 11 kills. I want to see how many they can get. Can they kill off a lot of these retreating Armenians? Seems like Armenia, for some bizarre reason, is falling back. I don't think he needed to. I feel like he was winning his fight. But in they go. They are overcommitting, though, these elephants. They probably want to think about turning around and rear-charging some of those Pergamese units, but they are just running down the Carly Axemen here. You should get some pretty good kills on these guys. Because they're not engaging, they're just running away, so he's just getting passive kills, just chasing after them. He doesn't want to get them too tired and isolated, though. I'm going to see Sacred Band get set up, and it looks like pikes as well, so yeah, the pikes are going to try and stop those elephants. Hopefully the Carthaginian player is paying attention. 145 kills. Oh, and he's battering through, and the pikes haven't put their pikes up. Oh, it's beautiful, 200 kills. This is huge. They can get like 300-400. I mean, they definitely get 300 kills. My gosh, look at this. This is disgusting. They can get like a few more kills. They've done Stampede as well. Beautiful. They can get like 400 kills, 500 kills. They could definitely change this game on its head. They are exhausted, though, the elephants. They're just going to keep charging, though. Oh, the thing is, they're now running into units that still have jabbies. And we've got the Scorpion here. Greek Scorpion set up by the Pokemon player. And they are starting to drop. 16 out of 18. 330 of them. They need to get sort of like disentangled from this Pike unit here, which never got his pikes out, which could have stopped this catastrophe happening. Elephants are continuing on. They're going to get to 400 kills. They're running into the back of this choke point here, trying to help Numidia. But there's no real infantry to support. They're out of control. And now 408, and I think whatever they do now is just profit, to be honest. They're getting 550, 560. They are right in amongst the enemies. And they've actually got a general here. They've broken Carthage's general. Carthage's general is routing with a charge there from the Numidian Noble Cavalry. Carthage might be out the game. He's got a bit left. He's got a Sacred Band. Shouldn't write him off just yet. I was hoping these guys might get 500 kills, but I don't think they will. I don't know where the other elephant is. Oh, no, they have! 526! What? That just jumped up all of a sudden. Nice! There you go. That's really, really good there for the elephants. They have done very, very well. Be the beasts of war that they are. And we have got Carthage General charging in here against a bunch of Carly Axemen, though. Not a good idea from Carthage. Oh, don't pull through your cav. Leave your cav where it is. It should be pulling through. Yeah, he goes back to where he came. Good man. Also just lose his general. There's no need to. Let the cavalry just cycle charge. Numidian skirmishers, I mean, they're technically quote-unquote heavy, but they're not. They're medium. They're light, sorry. They might be able to help tie down these Carly Axemen, do some damage to them. Concerningly, there is a heck of a lot of archers left here. Do these guys have ammo? They do. So the Persian archers have ammo. Pick Peltas, don't know if they still have ammo. They actually aren't too bad in melee either. It's going to come down to Pergamon, really. Pergamon and Armenia, they've got most of the troops left. Here goes the cavalry of Armenia. There's Azat Knights going in against the Numidian riders. Actually, I think helping to break their own troops by like rear charging them. I don't know if that really does do any effect in Rome 2, but probably does not help rear charging your own troops. But yeah, here we go. The central choke point is where they're going to get through. There's still some decent, healthy. There's a cohort here, which is nice to see. I'm seeing at least 2 or 3. And Numidian Noble Infantry as well. They've got some decent ones left. The Sam Knights, Libyan Infantry is still in good nick. And we've still got some Mercenary Noble Fighters as well, still to go in as well. There's already one, I think, seeing action. Or it was potentially going to go and see action. More Fireballs of Justice set up here by the defenders. This one's a bit more of a ramp. This actually might get some momentum going. Have they brought multiple Scorpions? Yeah, they brought multiple Scorpions as Pergamon. I thought he just moved it really quickly, but no, he has one for each choke point. Jeez, this is a lockdown defensive. That's usually also breaking rules. Usually it's 1 artillery per player. But he's brought 2. Here we go. I would not be sending these living infantry and send, I don't know, something weak in. Tribal slingers, if they have no ammo, send those in for sure. Living infantry here, this is a health unit, should not be engaging because they're going to just activate the fireballs of justice here and start to burn those poor Carthaginians, I'd imagine. Sleep. Carthage, it looks like he's just going to go to the corner of the street, I think. He's going to take cover there. It's not a bad idea either. And now he'll bring up, should hopefully bring up something weaker that can, you know, try and deactivate these fireballs.
Fire at anyone!
Let's see. No, he's using a jabby from the angle. Is that nice? Balance power is, you know, not out too much out of favor of the defenders. They can still win this, and I honestly would not be surprised if they do. Got a lot of good assets left. Archers with ammo. Still got a fair amount of gemmas. They've still got a few pikes, I think, not dotted about as well. And the scorpions do some work. And Sacred Band. They got some good units. Yes, Carthage is no general, but Sacred Band will hold for a while. And I guess the fireballs of justice. I'm surprised they didn't put it on this ramp here. Better ramp to put them on.
At speed!
Tribal Sling is just harassing the enemy there. I was going to say, this living infantry is more appropriate to go forward, at least try and activate the fireballs. 55 troops. It's not a worthless unit, but it's certainly a more worthless unit than that full-strength living infantry that was going to get sent forward.
Double time!
And it looks like we can see Samnites and living infantry going in over here. More fiery balls of justice. They're going to send this in. They should have activated this by now. There's 2 units here. This is a good haul. There you go. I think he's going to do it. Or not. Why is he not setting this off? They could have just burned those living infantry. Every single kill that he can get with extra equipment, he definitely needs to do. Like they should be activated by now. But Carthage is gifting them the kills here. Armenia's still harassing with his cavalry, but it looks like they're going to get pushed back here because Numidia is pushing forward. I mean, it's mostly skirmishers. You could have probably charged those, but the general here also supporting. And there we go, Fireballs of Justice activated. He's done it at the very last minute here. They are going to get some of these living infantry. But I feel like he could have done a lot better. He's actually going to hit some of the Numidian and Cretan archers as well. Well, I feel like you just stop. You see the Fireball of Justice going by. You're like, no, I'll just wait. I'll wait a second. And there you go. They're now going to charge in. Sacred Band got jabbied for their crimes as well. They took a fair few losses. And now Carthage battles Carthage. And a nice little cheeky little gap there opened up, and the Samnites have gone around and they've got into these Balex things behind. Very, very nice. I don't know if these Balex still had ammo. Didn't quite see in time. But even still, it's a good little flank. It's opened up this choke point a little bit. They need to see more infantry going here to pressurize the Sacred Band, try and keep this little flank alive. Samnites are winning against the Sacred Band in there. Looks like these fireballs Justice also might have, yeah, they got activated as well on this side here. Doesn't look like they were too effective. Well, actually, they might have been quite effective there, looking at those dead. They're going to need to send more in there as well. They are all, well, let's live in infantry's winning. There's a lot of weakened units in there. I guess is what making these units like a good mass. They should break slowly but surely. And there you go, as I say, that 10 out of 120. These gamers have held for a while. I think Peltas starting to go as well. Pergamon starting to show a few cracks here in this defense. Looks like over here, though, we've seen some Numidian desert cohort getting routed. Looks like a significant amount of forces actually over here being defeated. Did they get the Numidian general? Let's have a look. There's one here. He's very healthy. They might have got the other one, you know. I think they might have. I think the other Numidian general has gone into combat over here and he's ended up dying. Yeah, I think that is the case. I think one of the Numidian generals has died there. That is a shame. I don't know if he had an army left. He might have been the guy that kind of seppuku'd his army straight into the enemy. Yeah, looks like yeah. I think we've got just the one general left, and he's pretty much got all of the troops that are remaining. None of these guys are upset that they've lost a general recently. There is still one elephant alive, with 534 kills. It's still, you know, believe it, do something. Oh, need to be careful with those. What has happened here? These desert cohorts pulled through. Horrendous there from the Decisive play. Just pulled through the sacred band, and they weren't even there. That's poor. That's really poor. Now he's into the back of these pikemen, which he has no right to be in the back of. And there you go, the pikes break. African pikemen are now sort of trying to sort this situation out, trying to block this area off, along with more Pergamon pikemen. But the choke point is kind of opening up already, and they can get side shots if they have any ammo left on the attackers. Pikemen are dealing with these noble fighters relatively effectively, but they can kind of just skirt around. Yeah, there's still Javis over here, and they're doing a lot of damage to those African pikemen. Really nice. Get side shots into these pikemen here. This is the one you want to try and take out. Then these noble fighters can flank the Sacred Band, who are losing already to mercenary noble fighters from Carthage. It looks like Pergamon's line starting to thin out. It looks like he's pulling stuff back to try and make a last defense elsewhere. Yeah, it looks like you're going to see, a whole bunch of just the last defense. Well, yeah, the last defense is being made. Elephant is in here. A lone elephant. He's charging the Scorpions. Love that. Get him off. Get the crew off. Oh no, he just charged all the way through and he's gone for Carly Axeman. Okay, fair enough. This choke point's gone. Sacred Band are defeated. And look, there's the infantry in amongst the archers. Armenia's just kind of accepting his fate. He's not even using his ammo. Oh, it's sad to see. That is sad to see. We are going to see... Yeah, so they're going to try... I think just solely going after that elephant. They're like, yeah, we will kill this elephant. It's the last thing we do. And there he goes. Had like 540 kills. It's pretty good. It looks like this is going to be the choke point. The last two choke points they hold now. They're not even going to just try and hold the final one. I guess the cap point goes below the steps. So yeah, it's not really worth holding there. Yeah, you're going to try and hold these choke points by the looks of it. They're trying to pull back as much as they can. Pick Peltas breaking. Bit of mass shroud now taking place amongst archers. And Javis have been left to try and hold. Get these Carly Axemen back and the general, to be honest. Armenian needs to be careful with his general being so weak. Doesn't want to lose him. He's still got a fair amount of infantry to contribute to this defense. But it might now be just a little too late for the defenders. They've put up a very, very good fight. And honestly, I think they did a pretty good job early on. Defenders made a bit of, attackers made a bit of a hash of this attack in some ways. It looks like the attackers are just enough elites to sort of break through. And the elephant charge has massively helped. I think the elephants honestly might have changed the game for the attackers here. They honestly might have. Oh, we've got a Carthaginian cav that was just never used as well. That's just been slyly hidden somewhere. That's not been activated. I feel like the sally out definitely was viable. I feel like that's another thing. Cav spent a lot of money in this cav. It's not really done a lot. Sadly. It's a bit of a shame. And then same with the Scorpions. I don't know how many kills he got. 65. Don't know what the other one got kill-wise. But yeah, not really a lot of money spent on them. Maybe just better bring in mainline infantry. Like your good old bread and butter sword or axe infantry. Carly Axman here making one fanatical final stand. Carly Axman there finally given. There's no other breakthroughs taking place yet. They're still trying to get through here. We've still got living infantry. The merchant noble fighters, they've spearheaded this assault. I think both of them are still alive, unless he might have brought 3 actually, so one might be dead. But still, all 3 have really at different points spearheaded assaults. And the reward is to get Javied in the bike. Who's throwing Javies at this stage of the game? There's a cohort. One of the Mercedes players generally could have thrown the game. It looked like just charged his army into the Valley of Death. And it nearly ended up costing his team the game. Still not quite over. They are still grinding this out. Credit to the defenders. I don't know why they haven't just they haven't flanked here. A bit of a botched defense there. Where this Carly Axman, I think, has been caught on the withdrawal flank around, getting behind these guys. And the final defense is going to be made up on these steps. But like I said, they don't actually. They just stand at the bottom because the attackers en masse and out cap the defenders if they want to. They just haven't. They'll have enough units to do it. Instead they just side charge that one. I mean, fine, but yes, might as well just get the Carly Axman here as well. Oh, and look at that, the Carthaginian cavalry. It's got in and it's got tribal slingers. It's actually gone and got itself a cheeky little kill there. The Azad Knights are still alive. They haven't done anything else. They're still just kind of pottering, just waiting for opportunities. Whether they're thinking this cav is going to save the day, I don't know. It's not. They've got a lot of units left, like spears. They're going to be able to contend with those. These Nubian foot, like noble infantry, just need to cap that point. I think that's technically in their hands. Going up. Oh, nope. Is going back to neutral. If they stayed there and captured that, that would help with morale. Might help break this final defense a little quicker. Look like you've even got like a little Desert Legionary all the way back there that's not being used. Yeah, the final assault's going to come. I think it's going to be led by the noble cavalry here of Numidia. Charging ahead first at spears and pikes. Well, just pikes actually. Carly Axman. Not a spear in sight, just the long ones. They're going to get sent on in. There you go. Finally, that Carly Axman's going to break. And really, they should just send up some infantry. It could be a bit of a grind, to be fair. Actually, these pikes could end up, if they have no missile support here. I'm not seeing a lot of archers with ammo. I'm not seeing any archers with ammo. So this could still be decided here. The pikes could end up killing like all of these troops and actually end up winning the game. It is possible. As that knight's going for a charge there on a rear guard desert cohort, inflicted quite a lot of damage onto them. Knocked over most of the unit. The legionaries there are now going to chase them off. Armenians well versed in the in the Parthian tactic. I mean, I was going to say they don't need to. They just need to just stand at the bottom of this, these steps and they start to capture this point. Just send lots of troops there. Who's? Oh, it's the Javis. The Javis are doing the damage. They're throwing their missiles. And they're doing damage to the African pikes. They are killing quite a few of them. So there is hope that actually that they won't have to necessarily break through the pikes the old-fashioned melee way. You could just shoot them to death. And their general is dead, so that also is going to help. Carthage having no general will help with morale. Actually, there's a lot of... Oh, no, this is... Oh, I didn't realize there's another side. I've never known this. I've never known there's a second side way up. I thought it was just always finished with one choke point. The Carthage is pushing over here. There you go. I think in all the years I've played Rome 2, I'd never known that this was another level way up. So Tarsus is not quite impregnable in that last stand. The Gemma Spears with Pergamon here, this is the general unit. They're responsible for trying to hold the line. But yeah, they should get beaten. Again, the mercenary noble fighters are having a field day here, fighting lesser infantry to themselves. And what they're on like 419 kills. That is ridiculous. What a beautiful sight there. This one's living infantry going in here. Into African pikes. He's going to just charge on in. Yep, they're going to get bounced off. They are going to struggle to get through that. Another wave of infantry sent in this time, just out of ammo archers getting sent in. They're going to try and break the Gemma Spears here. In a moment, I think these Gemmas are going to break, and then once that choke point's done, all hell lets loose. Because there's not really anything else. The cataphracts have to start charging in a moment, trying to hold this this choke point, and that's not a viable way to try and hold the choke point in Rome 2. I think actually the Kali Axemen are going to get sent to the other choke point to try and prolong the inevitable. Pikes here alone will hold. They're doing okay. They're getting kills. They're winning decisively, 50-odd kills. This is what I mean. They were a healthy unit, and they had a bit more support. I know the Axemen have had to leave. They could have racked up a lot of kills. There's not really anything remaining for the attackers to actually, you know, counter the pikes. We've got the Carthaginian Cav still skitting about. The Azat Knights are still actually getting some decent kills. They're killing off noble cavalry here. Is a missile cap, but it looks like Azat Knights are going to break, and it actually looks like it's a bit of an army loss situation now taking place. You can see here, Scorpions breaking, African Pikes breaking. Carthaginian Cav, it just snuck through the middle of the gap there. I don't know what it's going for. That's also going to get broken. It's getting descended upon by a general. And it's now just Armenia left. Like the final few seconds. Everyone else is broken. It's just his thin green line holding back the hordes here. And it is going to be a victory just about for Carthage and Mobilises. And there you go, they are breaking. No, there's not a lot left. There is not a lot left for the attackers at first. I mean, yeah, it's probably a good like 15 odd units, but a lot of them are battered. It certainly was a costly victory, that is for sure. for the attackers. This one was sent in by Rabbit, who was playing as the attacking Carthage. So thank you very much, Rabbit, for sending this one in. Much appreciated. He got some huge kills with his elephants, 543 kills. Even his ballista got 105 kills. His archer's doing okay, 144 kills. His living infantry, 141, 189. And then the cream of the crop of his infantry, his noble fighters here, 447 kills, 327 kills. Pretty disappointing day actually for the Samnites, who seem to get outmatched most of the time. Then we have Geo A1 playing as one of the Mercedes armies. His elephants getting 94 kills. His missiles just kind of got wasted, did nothing. Desert Cohort 108 kills. And then his legionaries getting 138, 203 kills, actually outscoring the better infantry of the Desert Cohort. Then we have Vert Satiki, I probably butchered that name. I do apologize, dude. Getting 174 kills with his noble cavalry here, 103 kills with the skirms is not too bad. 111 kills with the Desert Cohort, 191 with this one here. And then his more Desert Cohort getting like into hundreds, and then his noble infantry 102 kills. Then we have Essa playing as the defending Carthage, 104 kills for the Carthaginian cavalry. His pikes getting 82 kills, the best of the bunch. They were having a rough day, that's for sure. 150 kills with the Samnites. And then, yeah, Sacred Band, he spammed these guys out, not really getting huge kills at all, which is kind of a shame. And then we have K-More playing as Armenia, 104 kills with the Azad Knights. Cataphracts, 116 kills. Archers wasted as well. Look at that, no kills. That was a bit of a mistake there from Armenia and not using his archers at all. Kali Axeman, 128 kills, but that is kind of the best of the bunch. Kind of these guys kind of underperformed as well, Kali Axeman in a lot of cases. Then we have Sar RG ON Sargon. I'm going with playing as Pergamon, getting 141 kills with his Agema spears here. His pikes again having a disappointing game. His pick Peltas though really good. 142, 146, 137. The Agema spears 128 kills, 104 kills, 127. Did very well to those Agemas. Like I said, they are the cream of the crop of Pergamon's army, and he did the best out of his team actually on the defending kills, and did better than most of the attackers as well. But there you go, guys. That is today's Rome 2 Siege. If you did enjoy and want to see more ancient clashes like this one here, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment showing support. If you haven't checked them out, I definitely recommend checking out some of the videos appearing on your screen now. But until next time, I'll see you folks later.